Today I'm going to look at the Onkyo computer-controlled AV tuner amplifier, model TX-RV47 from 1987, which I bought new in 1987. And I've recently just had the opportunity to take it out of its terribly tight position in a cabinet where it's been probably for 18 years. Some rearranging I'm doing and having problems with some speakers, so this is a good time to get it out and take a look at it. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not, to tell you the truth. I don't know if I'll put it back in its little home. It's fairly outdated. It's not really vintage. It's not really modern. So, not sure what I'll do with it. But let's take a look at it. And to start with, we'll look at some of the paperwork. And then we'll take a look around back. Here's the little store brochure that I had picked up earlier to decide on this one. Artistry and Sound. The AV for audiophiles. Computer control. $55 watts at 8 ohms, dynamic power 2 times 90 watts or 2 times 73. Tuning section. Inside, a complete full function audio and video control center. Might want to pause your screen and read some of this. Here's the microcomputer that controls it. This section here explains some of the ancillary buttons, like the bass expander, the stereo image expander, the simulated stereo. "16 presets that you can use a mixture of any AM and FM. You're not restricted to some of one or some of the other. You can use them all however you want. Alright, I still have my original receipt here from February 28th, 1987. This was purchased at a fairly high-end retail shop in Indianapolis. Long gone. And looks like I paid $500 for it, although I was trading in some absolutely god-awful Harman Kardon separates that had given me nothing but grief for several years. So I ended up paying $100 plus tax. And here's the original box I got it in. I moved it one time, so there's the mover's notes. The interesting thing about this box, which is why I wanted to show it to you, was this. On January 27th, 1987, this cost $6.44 to ship UPS. And the machine weighs 21 pounds, so let's assume with the box and stuff it's 22 or 23. Wonder what a 23-pound box would cost today, UPS. Probably a lot more than that. Well, I know it's a lot more than that. No probably about it. Here's the instruction manual. Came with it. And, associated paperwork. Warnings. Warranty card. Service stations. Pretty thorough. Good detail. Written in excellent English. In paper, not online or a CD. So, some things were nice. Yeah. Specifications. I'm on my third remote control. The first one was the one that came with the unit, the RC47. I'm now at the RC845. The first one gave out after about 3 or 4 years, and I had to call some catalog place and got a replacement. It was not this one. As I recall, I lost a feature or two with that replacement. And then maybe 5 or 6 years after that, that one gave out, and I replaced it with this one. Nowadays you can go on eBay and find replacements, but I don't think that was an option at the time. But this one has held up. But I have lost various features. Most importantly, I've lost the loudness button. I've lost a separate video disc input selector, which is now combined with the VCR1, and I've lost the alternate audio area here, which is no biggie for me. I don't think I ever used that. But I've gained an entire area for CD controls, which the original one did not specify. So I'm satisfied with this remote here, and it's not enough missing the loudness button to make me go on eBay and order an appropriate remote at the prices those are getting. Alright, looking at the back, we have one unswitched outlet, 100 watt max, 3 switched outlets, total 100 watt max. We have our speaker connections, 2-channel left and right, A and B, 4-channel matrix front and rear, A or B, A plus B. We have our little identification badge here. We have a DIN connector for regular certain Onkyo cassette decks, and another one for certain Onkyo phonographs. If you plug these into those units, you can then control those units with your TX-RV47 remote. Here we have our video inputs for a video disc player, a VCR 1 and a VCR 2. You can actually send this monitor out to a television with a monitor in. Key touch tone. As you press certain things on your remote, it will play a identification tone here so it knows you are registered. You can hear that. That can get kind of irritating, so you can leave that on or off. Actually, I usually leave it off. And down here are your audio outputs and inputs, phonograph, CD, ground for the phono, tape 1 in and out, tape 2 in and out, video disc player, VCR 1 audio left and right, and VCR 2 audio left and right. Each of those has a mode for mono or stereo. If it's mono and you leave it in mono, you're only going to hear sound through one speaker. But if it's a mono thing and you want to sort of get the sound through two speakers, you have to still put it to stereo. And up here you have your antenna connections. Indoor, outdoor, 300 ohms. Here's your AM, it swivels. You can actually just pull this off and go there's a little thing here, you can hang it on the wall or something. So you can stretch this out to get your best reception. Labels on the left side here. It's all on the left side. On the top we have plenty of ventilation grill work. I don't know if you'll be able to see much any of the componentry in there. Alright, starting our journey looking around, we'll start by pressing the main power. You have a system power indicator that comes on. That lets you use your, that can be off. That lets you use your remote control to turn it on or off. Up here you have your speaker selectors, A and B, 2 4-channel matrix. You have a headphone jack. You have bass control, treble, balance. Here you have your remote sensor indicators if you're on 4-channel matrix, if you've depressed the loudness button, your image expander, simulated stereo and bass expander, and you can go back and read some of the things in the brochure about what those do. You have here your main channel indicator, stereo, FM, and your channel. The interesting thing, the FM mute light is on, which is controlled here. You depress the FM mute button, you cycle off that. Now when you're off, any channel you get is going to be played in mono, but it will pick up weaker stations. So generally, if you want to see the stereo light and you want to receive in stereo, the FM mute needs to be on. Here's your presets. You have 16. You can use any combination, AM or FM. That's here you would be 1 to 8. Press this, will take you to 9 through 16 down through here. You have your memory, which you press, and for 5 seconds a little memory light will flash, and then you can press a button to save it. Here's your volume. No, that's your tuning buttons, I mean. Your FM mode. Tuning mode will be auto or manual, where you can use these buttons. Auto will not use them. Your FM AM selector switch. And over here we have our selectors for tuner, phono, CD, tape 1 and tape 2, which you can dub from 1 to 2. 1 is the only one you can use with your remote control. And here we have our alternate audio. If you're on your video disc player or one of your 2 VCRs, you can listen to an alternate audio such as a tuner or your tape deck or your phono. Here we have the activation buttons for what ends up on the indicator lights on the other side of the front panel. The loudness, stereo image expander, simulated stereo, and dynamic bass expander. We have our volume control. There you'll see the TX-RV47. And here we have our audio muting button, 20 dB down. I want to go back to the presets for a minute. One interesting thing here, I'm going to turn the volume down here, kind of low, is on your remote, if you press and hold the preset down for like 5 seconds, it will cycle through all of them on its own. And it will go through all 16 of them. So it just gives you a preview of everything in your presets. And then to stop it, just hit the preset one time and you're stopped. So that's a nice feature. So that's just some of the features of the Onkyo TX-RV47. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to keep this or sell it. It's not really modern, and it's not really vintage. I'm not sure if this would come under the category of black plastic crap that everybody so lovingly throws around. I know at $500 in 1987, it certainly didn't strike me as crap to be buying. But our opinions change, don't they? Well, there. Hope you enjoyed it. The 1987 Onkyo TX-RV47. Thanks for watching. Bye.